Okay.
What's up? What's up, Facebook? What's up, LinkedIn? What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Troy McKnight coming at you from Dallas, Texas. Hey, if this is your first time actually tuning into one of my Facebook Lives, I actually come over here Monday through Friday. I'm in the home business profession, been in the profession for some time. But even if you're not in the home business profession, I come over here, I don't care what you do. I want you to freaking win. And a lot of times I come over here, I bring some of my friends, and we come in here and we share different ideas and strategies on how to win. Today I got my man Justin. Justin usually come live once a month. And we're gonna talk about something I think that a lot of people deal with. Even successful people deal with it. I mean, I've dealt with it for the past few months, you know what I'm saying? But Justin, before we get into it, introduce yourself. Tell them about a little bit about you and what you have going on, brother.
Man, well, I'm not as famous as you, man. My name is Justin Springer, not related to Jerry Springer, and I'm just an online marketer, man. Just living my best life. That's all it is. Just having fun and waking up every day and giving the most that I possibly can to everybody else. So, and I thought today was a really good topic, man, because you say you've dealt with it before. Man, to be honest with you, man, it's the only thing that ever keeps me sick. So every day I work on it, man. Every day I work on it. You know what I mean? I stopped doing affirmations and I started doing because statements. You know what I mean? Where you say, I am such and such because like, have you ever noticed that, like, all right, we will defend ourselves mentally in our mind, like so much, right? Like if I said, just I'm not a good marketer, right? And then all of a sudden my mind will start going to work. Well, I'm not a good marketer because I haven't gotten a sale today, because nobody likes my post, because of this. Like, we will fight for our limitations. So instead, what I try to do is fight for as to why I'm the best in the world. Do you feel that?
Yeah. So I get it, man. I mean, you gotta, self-talk is everything, bro. I mean, it's gonna sabotage you, or it's gonna make you. If you're telling yourself you can't do it, guess what? You can't do it. It's all about what you're telling yourself and what you're feeding your mind. But I think a key to that is too, Justin, is the people you position yourself around. Because if you're not
True.
feeding your brain the right information, and you're not positioned around the right people, and if you're sitting there looking at CNN, constantly negative news all day, you know what I'm saying? What are you gonna put out?
Yeah, I mean, all the cliches. It's funny, man. Like that's what always, like, got me, especially, these past 3 years, ever since me and you kind of met each other. I've been on this run, right? I back in 2016, I went online, right, and I left my job, and the first part was just to hurry up and make some money, and I thank God for that. And then it was to expand. But the funny thing is I just started studying more just human nature the past 3 years, because I'm amazed by it, right? Because it's like, that's ultimately what keeps us sick, right? It's not the lack of strategy or anything like that. So you hit the nail on the head, man, because all those cliches that everybody tells us, we just don't follow through with them. Like, when we say, like, sometimes to get, have something you never gotten before, you're gonna have to completely give up the old lifestyle. Well, it's true. You got to quit hanging around the wrong people. You gotta quit watching the news, like you said. You got to quit. You know what I mean? You got to read different books. You got to start making sure your self-talk is on point at all times, because otherwise you will talk yourself out of it. Tony Robbins talks a lot about state change, and I think your state change has to do a lot with your self-talk and what you're telling what you're telling yourselves. Because most people will talk themselves out of doing something. That's why everybody right now is suffering procrastination more and more than ever before, especially with social media being so easy to scroll. People are procrastinating left and right. So, like, I could put on a training and say, hey, do XYZ and you'll make money. And they'll say, okay, cool. But then the next day you're like, okay, cool. Did you do X? Nah. But then they think, well, it must be this lack of problems. So they'll go buy a course from somebody. And I'm like, well, if you won't even do that course, or you won't even do what I tell you, you know what I mean? It's your self-talk. We got to start with you. You suck at being you.
I mean, that's really the key, Justin. I mean, you think about it. I see people buy course after course after course, but they never complete not one. And, I remember a long time ago, one gentleman, I can't remember his name, he stopped selling courses. And the reason why he stopped selling courses is because he felt so bad. Each one of his courses was about $1,000, but he said only maybe 1% of the people even completed the course, because you can track and see how many people complete the course. And most out of 1%, a small percentage of that, they was able to create success because they followed the process. So you right on point. I'm in the home business profession, so I deal with people like crazy. People say they want to make an extra $500, $1,000 a month, but they don't want to kind of get out their way. It's because of what they telling themselves up here. They telling themselves they can't do it. So what I challenge people is something I learned a long time ago. This gentleman talked about a 30-day mental fast. So like a fast, like you're going to fast. He said for 30 days, don't look at nothing negative. Don't turn the news on, or nothing like that. And if you've got negative friends, kind of stay away from them and try to, work on feeding your body, feeding your mind, all positive stuff. Read the right books, position yourself around the right people, because it all starts with here. People want to be successful. Everybody want to be successful, especially in the home business arena, online marketing, affiliated marketing. But the thing that stopped most of them is what's going on in here. That you can justify to it, Justin. We can get there. That if you ain't got this right, it don't even really matter. I don't care if you got all the tools, you got everything, but it's going to stop you. And like you said, because of procrastination, the thing you telling yourself, man, I can't do it. Man, I flunked out of high school. I flunked this class. I'm not good enough. All of that self-talk, that negative stuff is going to stop you from advancing. Have you ever noticed, Justin? In my profession, in the home business profession, I know an affiliated profession, affiliated marketing too. Have you ever noticed that everybody had the same opportunity, but why some people make a lot of money and some don't?
Well, yeah.
Why you think that's the key? Why do you think that? Why some people, same opportunity, same products, you could be doing affiliate market, same stuff. One guy sells a bunch of it, and one person over here can't even sell one item.
Well, I mean, it all starts within them, just like we've been talking about with this whole thing, right? Because the thing about it is when you start to change your state and have a little bit more confidence in you and your self-talk is on point, well, guess what? You're going to open the doors to different people. You're going to open the doors to more possibilities. You're going to see things differently, because life is all about perceptions, right? I mean, how I feel right now can determine a lot, right? I mean, for instance, if I'm sitting here and I'm feeling down or I'm thinking about something else, I can't give Troy my full presence. And therefore, the people that Troy is bringing me right now, they're not going to feel the full presence of me too. So I'm going to say something that's just going to fall on deaf ears. But if my energy is high, and I'm not talking about that fake energy like, oh, I'm on camera, so let me just shout at the camera. I'm talking about, no, like, hey, my energy is high. I'm dialed in. I'm not thinking about the problems out here. I'm not thinking about anything else. My self-talk is dialed in, and me and Troy are going to have fun. We end up putting on a good show, and then other people feel it, right? So it's all like, it all plays a part. It's all about your vibrational energy and what you're getting. Some people sit there and say, well, this person, they just around the right people. Well, why are they around the right people, right? Well, this person, they're very creative. Well, why do you think they're very creative, right? Why is it when you make a post, doesn't really do nothing, but somebody else makes a post and 100 people share it, right? Because they were speaking from their heart. They were speaking from the vibrational energy, where the other person was just, oh, I know I'm supposed to post today. I know I'm just going to check off the box because I know that's what I'm supposed to do, right? You have no energy. You have no input in it. You know what I mean? And people don't understand, just because we're on social media, other people can feel that. I can read a post and whether or not and feel whether or not somebody put their heart in it or they were just copying somebody else's shit. Excuse my language, but it's a true statement. You know what I mean? So the problem is most people just suck at being them.
Yeah, I mean, you hit it right on the point. What did you say? Most people suck at being themselves. I mean,
most people suck at being them.
That's really true, Justin. A lot of people say I'm high energy, right? But I am. Even if you're around me, my wife tells me all the time I talk real loud, right? Because that's me. I'm high energy. I'm myself. I'm okay with being myself, right? So when I post something or I do something, I'm able to attract people because people know it's really Troy. That's Troy. When they get on the phone with me, if you get on the phone with me right now, my energy level is going to be like this. I'm going to be excited. I'm going to be pumped. Now, Justin been around me when, he had to kind of kick me up a little bit because I'm human. And as human, we all go through adversities. We all go through challenges and stuff. But when it's something about when you be yourself, people just attract to you like a magnet. I can't be Justin. Justin can't be Troy, right? But we can feed off each other. And a lot of times, people, like you said, people are like, man, how do you get around good people? How do you know? Well, in order to get around a good person, you got to start telling yourself positive things, because a person that's like positive is not going to want to be around a negative person. They just don't attract. So if you're negative and complaining all the time and you all in the dump and saying it's not going to work, hey, guess what? Justin not going to be around you. I'm not going to be around you because, I mean, we could try to help you, but to a certain extent, we can lead you to books and courses and stuff to reprogram this. But if it ain't happening, it just ain't happening. So it all really starts with you. How do you reprogram yourself to think positive? And Justin, let's do this because I know that's one of your key things, personal development. You know, I'm deeply into personal development too. Let's say somebody looking at this or look at the replay or whatever, and they having, you know, some issues with this self-talk thing. You know, maybe somebody told them they weren't good enough when they was growing up. Who knows? But how, because I mean, I've been there. I had to work on myself freaking like really hard. And even like you talked about you, I work on myself daily. I got to work on myself because I can easily, you know, you guys see, or whoever looking at this, you see Troy pumped up and excited, right? But Troy human. Troy can freaking go down like this. You know, something can happen. I've been gonna make like 100 calls and I ain't getting the right response. But I got one thing that I do, Justin, I keep in front of me. It's crazy. I got cards, you know, like in front of me. So when I get beat up, right? I mean, I'm here at my desk. I got stuff right here. See what that say?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got stuff like that. Then I know what I'm going after. So when somebody tell me no or I'm having a bad day, I was like, damn, man, I got to get this. This is what I'm going for. When people see that number, they don't understand what that number represents. See, for me, that number represents how many lives I can change. How many people lives I can change? How many people I can make show how to make an extra $1,000 a month? How many people I can switch from being a negative person like I used to be to a positive person? You know, that's what that number means. That number don't mean the dollar amount. That number means the impact that I can make in this world. And once you switch like that, and that's where you at, Justin, that's where I'm at. We more about like, how can we serve? How can we become a servant? How can we help somebody else accomplish their dreams and goals where they can actually work full time like Justin from home online and teach other people? And like I do, you know, in this home business space, be able to work full time and teach other people how to do the same. That's what it's about. If you can grab hold of that, and I'm going to let Justin take it away because, I mean, you got to, Justin, I mean, just like you said, when you first got started, man, it was about the money because you had to get your money up because you didn't want to go back to work. And that's a blessing you did, right? But now it's more about the impact. How many other people can you help get in Justin's situation where they can actually work full time, but maybe not even work full time, Justin, maybe where they can just get an extra $500 to $1,000 a month. But the procrastination, the self-talk, it's all got to be in place, man. And that's like one of the challenges that most people have. I had it myself. So take it away, brother. So you got me fired up. And what they don't even know before you take it away, me and Justin, we don't even like, I said, hey, bro, I text him. I say, man, let's do this live 10 minutes early because we 10 minutes. We supposed to did it at 7 his time. But we don't read. This stuff is just like what we feed off each other because the freaking energy is off the chain. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah. Ever since I met you, man, it's always been like that, man. Like I love it when you text me and say, "Hey, let's go live tomorrow." I'm like, "Okay, cool. Like let's do it, right?" So, but you know, like if I'm starting out or if I'm going to restart, I would say, you know, really focus on, you know, your energy and your vibration of where it's at, meaning your state of being, right? Because we got to change our perception, and sometimes you can't think your way there, right? Like, you know, and I'm not really going to quote scripture or anything like that, but it's like they say, right? An idle mind is the devil's playground, right? So don't let yourself stay idle in the beginning. Even if you're making 1,000 mistakes, that's actually better. And here's the only reason why, because you're keeping your mind focused, right? You're moving, you're doing something, right? And worry about that state. Meaning if I got to take a pause to go ahead and read a book or meditate or go work out or something to change my state, then I'm going to do it. Because I know at that moment, that means actually it's more important. And here's the reason why you have to kind of train yourself to be selfish at that point. Because if I can take care of me, then that person on the other side is going to get the best of Justin Springer, right? If my perception is bad, if my perception is, oh, I don't even know why I'm going to talk to this person, they're just going to say no like everybody else. Well, then honestly, that's very selfish of you. Not because you're not about to make a sale, you know what I mean? But because you're not even giving the other person a chance. You're not even giving the other person your full attention to help them because your mind is already playing. They're just going to say, no, I'm waiting for the big drop. I'm waiting for them to tell me how broke they are and they can't sign up for my program and da-da-da-da. Well, when you're doing that, you're disservicing that other person. But if I change my state of being and I say, okay, hey, you know what? I'm not even going to worry about the sale. I'm pumped up. I'm ready to help. I'm going to share my story. And now I go into the next, conversation with, I really want to help. Yo, this is my story. Hey, I am an ex-felon. I was an old gym manager working 60 hours a week. I wanted to change my life. And then they say, yo, I feel this. Great. Now we got some common ground. And then I can provide my solution. You know what I mean? But it's all because of my state change. Because I was able to give now the best of my ability. So I had to retrain myself and say, you know what, Justin, it's not selfish, because we're taught by everybody, right? Give, 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 give. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, if you don't have it, what the heck can you give? You know what I mean?
Justin, how do you get it?
What's up?
How do you get it?
Honestly, you got to continue to change your state at all times. If I need to go work out right now, then I'm going to make time to go work out right now. It is what it is. Why? Because here's the reason why we start with just a workout, right? I don't care if it's just a walk around the block. When's the last time you took a walk around the block, came back and felt pissed off? I'll wait. See? So if you already know that's a tool that you can use, why don't you do it? Right? Meditation or something, or if you got to jump up and down, or if you got to read a book or something, then not keep your mind idle. Or if you say, hey, you know what, forget it. I'm gonna hold off on making my 100 sales calls today, and I'm gonna go reach out to 10 people on Facebook and wish them happy birthday. And it's not because I want to sell. It's not because I want to do the algorithm. It's not because I want to do anything, but I just want to give something. It makes me feel good knowing that they had a great happy birthday, right? Or just something, anything to change that state.
Now you're talking gratitude.
Well, definitely gratitude is a big, huge thing. Yeah. So gratitude is another thing. I'm glad you actually said that. That's another way to change your state, because now you're feeling grateful. And when you are grateful, your perception changes once again, right? It's not, why don't I not have anything? It's, man, thank God I'm awake. Like, I even had to train myself. Like, and I talk about this all the time, right? Think about a diet, right? We have a negative connotation in the United States about the word diet, when really, if you go look it up in the dictionary right now, it has nothing to do with losing weight. Diet just means what's the food that you're eating. But it's us that says, oh, diet, oh man, that's hard, and I got to lose weight. And no, just what food are you eating? So I had to change. So when I started looking at negative connotations, I said, man, forget that. I'm going to change that. Man, I'm not waking up to work out because I'm trying to look good. I'm waking up because I want to take care of my body, because I'm like, hey, God, thank you for another day. Thank you for allowing my body to move. Thank you for all my bones being able to work. And you know what? I'm going to go do this walk really quick so I can make sure that it's still functioning to the best of its ability.
Wow. I mean, you hit it, Justin. And I'm going to tell them the secret. You know, a lot of people ask, what's the secret? You know, like to a Justin, you know, what's the secret to a Troy? What makes us tick, right? You know what, Justin, when he building or he's actually looking for people to actually partner up with, he knows it's 1 or 2 people out there that he can partner up with and, you know, help them. And he might have to talk to 100 to find that 1 or 2, right? So my question to my people in the home business profession, what if somebody told you had to go talk to 1,000 people to change your life forever? How fast would you talk to the 1,000? But it all starts with here, because if you're just talking to people and you don't have that right, it don't work. So that's the secret. Everybody want to know the secret. How do I get there? The secret is go tell 10 people happy birthday and mean it. You know, be just that gratitude, right? The secret is, if you really want to build something real fast, stop thinking about yourself and start thinking about how you can make an impact in other people's lives, and understand that the majority of the people, they're not going to see it. So you're going to have to go through a lot of freaking people to actually get to the right people to see whatever you're selling or whatever you offering, especially if you're in free enterprise and you're telling people that they can be an affiliated marketer, they can move affiliated products like Justin and make $1,000 a day, or make $5,000 a week, or make, you know, $10,000 a month, whatever that is, right? They have not been programmed to think that way. They have been programmed to go to work for somebody. But guess what? As you go through the numbers, you find, like Justin used to be a gym manager, I used to be an electrician. You keep going, and bam, you found a Justin. Or you found a Troy. And guess what? Your whole freaking life changed. Your whole life changed. So that's what you got to be willing to go through, that to find the right people. But what happens is, to a lot of us, because it happened to me before in the beginning, is that because of the self-talk, and you do it a little bit, man, I'm not going to find it. Nobody wants to do this. Ain't nobody going to sign up. Ain't nobody going to buy this stuff. You know what I'm saying? But Justin over here crushing it. This girl over here, Jennifer, she cursing it. When you telling yourself ain't nobody going to do it, well, if nobody doing it, why they buying it from Justin and why they buying it from Jennifer? Why Justin building a big network marketing team, and why Jennifer building a big team? Same company, same plan, everything the same product. And the difference is the way they look at it is this. And they understand that, you know, like, man, we can get deep on this stuff right here, Justin, because what happens with people, man, because I get tired of just dealing with people saying they want stuff. They don't understand what it takes to freaking make it happen. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, you know, we use the concept of a rocket launch, right? When a rocket launch, it takes so much steam and so much energy to get that rocket up, right? Well, if you're in affiliated marketing, you got an awesome product, and you want to sell it, guess what? Boy, you better be trying to figure out how to put that product in front of a lot of people to find that small percentage of people to actually get that thing going. Now, if you're in a network marketing business, it's a little different. You know what I'm saying? But you better go find you some leaders. You better work really, really hard to find you some soldiers. You better work hard to find some people that's hungry like you. Otherwise, it's going to be like TikTok. I made $100 this month. I made $200 this month. I'm back to $50 because it's a lunch. You got to launch that business. If you're in network marketing, now I'm talking to my network marketers, Justin. They don't understand that part of like lunch, man. You got to care so much freaking energy to make something happen. It's just unreal. And the average person is, because I was talking to a gentleman the other day. It was so funny, Justin. I'm talking to this guy the other day. We talking. He's 70 years old. He's still he's chasing 7 figures like crazy. He ain't even worried about, he told me he's been chasing in his whole life down there, right? And I asked him, I said, what are you willing to do for it? And I said, man, what if it was a way you could talk to 30, 40, 50 people a day that was looking for opportunity? Would you do it? Nah, man, I'm not into doing that. I said, I see you on Facebook, you got a lot of likes and stuff. Is any of them likes paying you any money?
Nope.
You know what I told him? I said, bro, you 70, you retired. If you're not willing to talk to people and expose what you have, you might as well stay retired.
Yep.
That's just real talk. Because I told him, I said, I'm not trying to get you involved in it and sign what I'm doing if you're not willing to do the work, because it's a waste of my time and it's a waste of your time. I'm just being truthful with you.
But see, some people need that tough love, and I'm glad that you've done that, because I think sometimes we've taken off the tough love. Well, I mean, first and foremost, I have to make sure that I'm on point. Right. So like, that's a new thing that I'm also trying to do. Right. I make everything my fault. Right. If my relationship's bad, it's my fault because I stopped working on me. If my business is bad, that's because it's my fault. I'm stopped doing something. Right. So first and foremost, I take responsibility for everything. Like and my brother actually taught me that a long time ago, because I was at the gym and I was selling memberships, and like 5 people, man, I was on a rut. Right. 5 people walked out the door, and he said, so what happened with this person? I was like, they didn't have no money. What happened to this person? They didn't have the money. By the time I got to the 5th person, he said, let me guess, they didn't have any money. And I said, yeah, how did you know? He said, nah. He was like, you're doing something wrong. Because he was like, now, he goes, the first 2, maybe. But after that, you got to take responsibility. You're doing something wrong, right? You're carrying that over. So anyways, I started changing that. But that's how I motivate my individuals too. So number 1, I make sure that I'm on point at all times, right? And then number 2, I am going to use a little bit of tough love. They hate it, but they need it, right? They need somebody to call about, because in the very beginning, it's all ego anyways. If you ask them, hey, what's your why? Oh, my kids. No, it's not. No, it's not. That's because if that's the first why you gave me, I know it's a false answer. That's that Miss America pageant answer that you want to give and sound all cool and everything. That's the ego talking. Oh, I want to act like I'm a really good parent and doing this for my kids. No, you don't. You know what I mean? You got to go deeper. I mean, and so that's why you got to keep asking the whys. I mean, because for me, I love my daughter. I'm a great father. I was a single father, so I don't have to prove none of that. But if you really want to know my why, it's because, man, I've always kind of got the short end of the stick through my life. And I said, you know what, forget it. It's now my time that I want to do something different. I'm not going to let these limitations hold me back. And I'm not going to let my felony hold me back, because my felonies used to tell me no. I had to sleep in bum apartments because the nice apartment said, no, you have a felony. We're sorry. We can't take you. Right. So I had to sleep in these bum apartments. I had to get any job that I possibly could because nobody would take me. Right. That's my why. Because if somebody else feels that pain, right? I mean, yeah, of course we want to provide for our daughter. But if I'm sleeping in a bum apartment because of my felony and I feel like crap, it's going to be very hard for me to come out of that and put my daughter in a good apartment.
Wow. The crazy thing about it, Justin, I mean, you really hit it on point. I mean, you really did. And I think a lot of people missed it. You really got to find out what that why is, and you got to dig deeply for it. And sometimes it takes years. Your why might start out as something else, but as, life goes on, different things push you. People ask me all the time, what's my why? And I mean, really, the person that pushed me more than anything is my wife. I mean, ain't even no use to me lying about it. That's just straight up. You know the deal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. She pushed me. And every time she pushed me, it makes me go to a whole nother level, right? And that's like part of my why. I always tell people that's what drives me. You know what I'm saying? She works in corporate America. She's a good recruiter and stuff like that, right? But she always supported me doing this entrepreneurship game, right? So my why is now is to actually be able to give her the lifestyle she deserves. you know, because that's my why. That's what pushed me more than anything. But at the same time, I know my gift. My gift is actually really sowing into other people and showing other people they can be whatever the F they want to be, right? Because I grew up dyslexic. I grew up struggling in school. I grew up, people thought that like, man, look at Troy, he ain't gonna be nothing. A freaking teacher told me I was gonna be a trash man in the 5th grade. You know what I'm saying?
Now you're showing her what's up, making more money than her.
But that's still ingrained in me, right?
Yep.
But as I went through this journey and I'm playing this game right now, you know, I'm playing this game at a whole nother level. And, you know, and I'm not going to tell the story. I mean, you know, the whole perfect of it is we want to get to the point where we work 2 hours a week or 2 hours a day or 3 hours a day or 4 hours a day. But in the beginning, does that exist, Justin? Can you just work an hour a day in the beginning? If you only want to make $500 to $1,000 a month, I mean, with Justin, you can. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. If you follow his system and you plug into it and stuff, and you put an hour in a day, maybe 5 or 6 days a week, he can show you how to get to that $1,000 a day or whatever, right? But if you're really trying to make some serious money, if you're trying to get like, you know, replace your income type of money, it's gonna take a little bit more than that, I think, in anything.
Well, first of all, you said a couple things here. Number one, I want to touch back on your whole why, right? Think about it. You just got really deep with your why. I got deep with my why too, right? I hope people on the other side feel it. But because you know your why now, because you went deep, tell me why you need Monday motivation. You don't need that. Tell me why you need a Wednesday hump day or thank God it's Friday. You don't need none of that.
Hey, bro,
I'm already in touch with my why. You don't even have to post the quote for me today. I'm good. I'm already hyped up.
Bro, I get up at 4:30 in the morning. I'm maximizing the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sometimes I fall asleep at 10 or 11 at night, but 4:30, my alarm clock off. About 5:15, 5:30, no later than like 5:50, I'm in the gym. I'm already getting my day started. I'm trying to get every minute out of my day I can because I already told you what's driving me. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta maximize the day to create this happen, and this got to happen like now. You know, so I can't have people in my circle that ain't really ready to roll like I'm ready to roll. The people that say they want this. Now the people that they want to make $500 a month, $1,000 a month. We're going to work together because I'm going to get them there. That ain't hard to do if they wouldn't have put in the work, right? But the people saying, hey, man, you know what? I want to make life-changing income. I want to go full time in this. I want to make an impact in like a lot of people's lives. I can't have that noise of that procrastination. I got to tell them, hey, man, you got to do a 30-day mental challenge. You got to cut that freaking news off because that news is messing you up. You got to get the freaking away from your negative friends. You need to pick up and read some stuff like this. You got to feed your mind the right thing. And if you don't have time to read, you need to download audio books and stuff. You got to really work on reprogramming this in order to be, make that run to wherever we're trying to go. Because, I showed you something. I'm not going to show it on here, but I'll show it after that. I'm all in, bro. The name of my team is Team Destiny. I'm all in on creating something big. You know what I'm saying? I'm with it inside a company, right? But Team Destiny is Team Destiny, man. We're going to change freaking lives. And that's what you got to have, like a driving point where you're able to create a culture in whatever you're doing, especially in our profession, in the home business profession, and even in your profession with the personal development, the app, and everything you come in because you branding yourself as an expert, man. And I know that you can help so many people, and you have helped a lot of people. And it's kind of frustrating sometimes for me and you both because we see so many people that's got their talent is way better than us. But they want to do the work, bro. What do you think about that? I mean, even cut you off, but I mean,
No, you're good. You're good. Well, I mean, they won't do the work, and that pisses me off. But like, you're right. I think there's sometimes we got to be careful about our selling points. Like me, I try not to think about financial freedom, right? You know what I mean? And the reason why I say this is because so many people sit there and they say that, and I'm like, well, why do you really want financial freedom? Like, because I don't know any billionaire that doesn't still work.
Yep, me either.
You know what I mean? So if you're telling me you want financial freedom because you don't want that burden hanging over you, well, that's a mindset. Like one guy came to me today and he said, man, you got to teach me your ways so I don't have to keep on worrying about paying my bills. I was like, well, what are you talking about? That's a worry that's going to be every day of your life as long as you have a bill coming in. So what are you talking about? That's a mindset. You know what I mean? However, if you start working on that, so I mean, I guess I was kind of going this way because you said, should it only take a couple hours a day? I think processes, you can define processes that only take a few hours a day, but in the beginning, no, you're still working on your mindset. You're still working on that. I mean, Kobe, you know what I mean? He might have only done a couple hour practice, but he still went home and ate his diet, right? He still went home and studied other videos of the other teams, other tapes and everything. So he was still putting in work. I think people just kind of, they hear that in their mind. They're like, oh, great, I can make $10,000 a month only working 2 hours a day. Yeah, if you put in the process, but also you got to do all the extra work for your mindset and to make sure that you're right, because otherwise, once again, it goes back to what we said. If I gave you the process, what are you going to do with it? You know what I mean? Like you're not really going to stay diligent to it. Like I posted today that it's amazing, this whole TikTok crap. 15-second videos, everybody posting consistently, and people are making tons of money. Like I could teach you how to use TikTok and get tons of leads. You could be filling up a Facebook group tonight and literally by tomorrow probably making sales, right? Here's the problem though. Most people, they sit there and they say, well, I'm just scared to post. I'm like, a 15-second video? What is the real problem here? It's not about the strategy. And like you said, so it's hard to deal with certain people because you're right. Sometimes they got the talent. They could be great. When we're talking, they're wonderful. But when they get behind that camera, they freeze up. So the best thing I can do, man, is just show them that I'm their way out. Hey, look, I don't know what you're going to keep on doing, but I'm going to keep on going this way. If you want to follow or you want help, great. Let's catch up with me. Otherwise, I got to keep on moving.
Man, look at that, Justin. With 30 minutes, bro. We don't even never go 30 minutes. But I hope whoever looked at this, I hope they truly got some value from this. I mean, I really do. And I tell people all the time, the fastest way to create success in like 2022 is going to be, them 15 seconds, 30-second videos, or even getting to the point where you can just turn the camera on, period. Because when you turn the camera on, not like putting quotes and stuff out there, that's when people get to really feel you. When people sit and they listen to Justin, whoever looking at this, they can tell he's genuine. They can tell he really care about people. When I go live, people feel the energy. They know I really care about people. This is Troy. This is what you get. I'm not behind some kind of computer. And we're going to wrap this up. And it's so freaking funny to me, Justin. And I know we're going to end this, but it's so funny how you have people like hit you up on Facebook and they always hitting your stuff. Oh, man, Troy, that's awesome, blah, 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 right? And then you hit them up in messages like, hey, man, you always come in on my things. I really appreciate it. That's connect. I want to hear your entrepreneurship journey. You give them your number, they go silent.
Nothing.
But they don't understand that, even if I was looking for opportunity, man, you just never know where that collaboration gonna go. You never know where you might end up being, where you connect with me and Justin and we all do some stuff together. You will make more money or so in other people's lives. So you cannot build nothing big if you don't eventually pick this up. It's impossible. It's impossible. Yeah. Justin, if I would have never talked to you on the phone, we wouldn't be doing this live. I mean, it's really, you thought I was going to try to sell you something. I didn't even try to sell you nothing. I ain't ever tried to sell you nothing, but I mean, you gave me tips. You keep telling me I need to get on TikTok. I'm kind of hard-headed. Actually, I'm getting ready. Why I said that, at 9 o'clock, I'm getting on the training on Reels, on Facebook Reels.
On Facebook Reels?
Yeah, they said Facebook Reels are crazy, bro.
Facebook Reels are killing it, but check your spam folder because, man, I checked my spam folder the other day, and next thing you know, I had tons of messages. Everybody saying, "Where's that free guy? Where's that free guy? Where's that free guy?" Like crazy. But still, I think Facebook Reels are still good. But man, I'm telling you right now, man, it doesn't matter. Short content, period. How about that?
Yeah.
Whether you do it on Instagram, Facebook, but use a process. That's the thing that I try to teach people. Use a process, man. What? Never mind. I will save it for another show. I'll give you the goods, man. But one of the best processes.
What we're gonna do is, because I'm gonna get in this Facebook Real stuff. You know the way I am. I'm constantly growing. I'm constantly working on myself. And you know what we've been talking about for at least the past 7-8 months. We freaking gonna put a course together, and that course is gonna be something amazing. I mean, it ain't gonna cost a lot because we already know we already know most people are not going to go through it anyway, but it's a small percentage of people that are going to go through it and get a whole lot of value. So we're going to say that for another time. And if you guys actually check me and Justin out, if you're not following Justin, you most definitely want to follow him on Facebook. He's freaking on Instagram. He's on TikTok, man. And just follow him. You can learn a lot. And if you want to learn how to market, you want to be an affiliated marketer, you want to really be able to make some money, you most definitely want to reach out to him because this guy can really show you how to do that. With that, guys, God bless. And I hope you guys have an awesome freaking Monday. And tomorrow I'll be back. I'm actually coming back with a young lady. We've been trying to put this thing on for a while. It's going to be hot.
Nice.
All right. Peace.